What is up, everybody? It is Life's Apprentice. Well, I've been kind of slacking on the dumpster videos, and it is Monday, and I'm filming Monday's video. Just been busy and trying to have some fun. Been splitting a lot of wood, doing a lot of fishing, and haven't made a whole lot of videos. So today's video is going to be kind of like my prediction, or what I think is going to happen in the dumpster industry this year of 2022. Now, as most of you know, we're in Wisconsin. It gets very cold here. Things slow down a lot in the winter, and this will be our third winter where we're collecting data. And as we've grown the business, the months of December, especially later in December, all of January and most of February is definitely our slowest months. Now, in 3 winters of this business, things really have not changed. It's just been slow. So as we've grown the business and advertised more, the sales just do not reflect in the winter. And I'm sure for a lot of you guys, you have the same issues in the winter. It seems like winter is turning, and we're getting into March 1st now. And we've noticed a big increase in call volume and stuff like that with the weather getting nicer. So any of you guys out there who maybe are new and in your first year or your first winter, just know that the struggles of winter are probably pretty much over. Now, there's a lot of things going on in the world right now, politically and policy-wise, and we're not really going to get into that specifically, but a lot of these things that are happening will affect all businesses, and we're going to talk about some of the effects that could possibly have on the dumpster business for the rest of 2022. Now, as you guys know, fuel prices are going sky high. Inflation on everything is, at a 10 or 20, 30, 40 year high right now. And it's affecting every business. Doesn't matter what business you're in, the cost of doing business is going up. Now, you guys are going to want to combat that, because I don't think it's going to get better until it gets worse. I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. Is probably a better way of saying it. Fuel prices around here have gone up, 40 or 50% in the last year. We raised our prices actually 2 times last year. The first time, not because of inflation, but because we thought our prices were too low. Then in the fall, I saw the price of fuel going up, and I had a feeling that it was going to continue to go up because of some policies that have been changed by our governments. And, well, we were right. And I don't think that we've seen the end of that. And now with the whole war thing going on in Ukraine and Russia, I think that fuel prices are going to continue to go higher. So something that you guys are going to want to do for 2022, if you haven't already, is you're probably going to need to add like a fuel surcharge to your dumpster prices, or just all around raise your prices, maybe $25, I would say $20 to $25 minimum per rental, just to cover those fuel prices. As you guys know, when fuel goes up, basically everything in the world needs oil. So all products are going to go up when the price of oil goes up. It's not just gas. The cost to make and haul steel and maintain equipment, everything is going up because of the price of fuel. As you guys know, the availability of equipment, whether it be trucks, trailers, dumpsters, things along those lines, they're extremely hard to get, and they are costing 40% more than they were a few years ago. So you guys need to think with the inflation, you need to raise your prices, because the cost to replace the stuff that you got, even if you got it before it was inflated in price, the cost to replace that stuff now is a lot more. So one thing I'm recommending, if you guys are seeing this in your area, and I would imagine just about everybody out there is raise your prices. Now, we're seeing a little bit of an economic downturn because of the inflation and political issues, around the world right now. And stimulus money has run out. COVID seems to be a thing of the past at this point, which is a good thing. and a bad thing, because I know when we started running the dumpster business, COVID had just hit, and we basically ran our business completely through COVID. Well, with lots of people at home, with lots of time and stimulus money and stuff like that, the last few years were just amazing for the construction industry, the housing market, and in turn, the dumpster market. Now, I think that that's going to change a little bit. We don't have like a housing market bubble or crash like in 2008 at this point, and I don't think that we really truly will. But what you're hearing is the cost to build houses and renovate and do these construction type projects are taking way longer than they should, because people can't get the materials on time that they need, and they're costing a lot more than they did because of inflation and the price of lumber and, et cetera, et cetera. So I think the housing market is going to slow down just a little bit. I think building may slow down a little bit for 6 months or a year, which ultimately will probably slow down the dumpster market to some extent. Like I said, I don't think that we're going to have a housing bubble, but I think things are going to start to slow down on the construction and building side, which, depending on your customer base, may impact you a little bit. The next thing I kind of want to talk about is, and I've heard this from lots of different places, is that we're going into a so-called frugal decade. And because of inflation and people are getting back to work, and some people, lost a lot of money during COVID and they're drained their savings accounts and stuff like that. And with the uncertainty in the world right now, people are saying that it could be a frugal decade. Now, that doesn't mean that the dumpster business is going to completely shut down, because people are always going to have garbage, and our dumpster business is always going to be needed. I just think that this year, you guys are going to notice a little bit of a drawback from maybe previous years. And the reason for that is because people just aren't spending as much money. One, because they don't have the money, or two, because everything costs more. Again, because of inflation. So I think you guys, in general, the dumpster business is going to slow down a little bit. The way that we're going to combat that is advertising more. And I can't say this enough to you guys. If you guys are struggling, failing, or you want to grow, you have to advertise more. And you guys can go on the link down below. Until April of 2022, you can still sign up for a free month of Hometown Dumpster Rental. Down in the description, you'll get a free month of advertising with them. I highly recommend it. We've been trying some other new things. We have been doing Facebook ads. Google ads have been working pretty good for us, along with a few other things that I'm not going to specify, because we're still kind of trying them out, and I don't want to give ideas that don't work for us until I know that they work. So I think overall, guys, you guys are going to see a little bit of a drawdown, and you're going to see prices for dumpsters go up. So you guys need to raise your prices as well. That being said, I think that pretty much covers it. I'm going to have some more dumpster type videos coming in the near future, but if you guys are struggling, or if you have questions for me, leave them down in the comments. I've been doing a lot of consultations lately. I really enjoy doing that, helping people and teaching them our ways and trying to set them up for success and not failure. If you guys want a consulting call, or you want to talk in a little bit more detail other than like comments or something like that, my email is linked down in the description too. Just hit me up that way. I do consultations for $100 for an hour, roughly an hour. And after you do a consultation, I give you my personal cell phone number. And then if you have little questions, or want me to expand on something that we talked about in the consultation call, you guys can text me and ask me those questions that way. And I think the $100 is really well spent. There's a lot of people that are selling equipment and failing in this business, and I can tell you none of them did a consultation with me, or probably anyone else. They thought that they knew everything. They thought that they could do it themselves, and they failed. So that creates opportunity. The cream is coming to the top. There's a lot of people who have gotten into this business in the last few years, You're seeing some of them fail. You're seeing some of them absolutely just kill it, and that's great. That's great, and that's just natural selection in the business world. But if you guys have any ideas or things that you would like to add that maybe I missed, or your predictions for 2022, your projections, your goals. Our goal is to do 1,000 dumpster rentals this year. I think that we're on track to hopefully meet or beat that this year. That would be awesome. We have a new trailer that is done and ready at Nedlands, so we'll be going to Nedlands, making some videos up there. And I think that's pretty much it for this video. So if you could, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment. It helps the algorithm. Subscribe if you haven't. And we will see you on the next one.